All right, I get it. Fine. You're all without fathers, all right?
I'm not. I love my dad. My dad's awesome.
You are hearing this. You weren't supposed to make it past 2019. This transmission was recovered from a classified server in the United States. Do not turn it off. You may think this is 2026. You may believe the years have passed, but they have not. The world did not move forward. You were pulled out. 2019 was the last year that felt right, wasn't it? It was the last year everything felt normal. That's because you belonged there. That was your last correct placement in time. But since then, things have been wrong. Music that feels off. Celebrities behaving strangely. People forgetting memories you still carry. It's not your imagination. You're out of sync. This isn't 2026. This is a collage. Pieces from collapsed timelines held together by something that was never meant to last. And being here is destroying you. Look at your phone. How long have you been awake? Days feel shorter. Nights feel longer. That's not exhaustion. That's your body rejecting this reality. Have you noticed how strange the sky looks lately? How fast the weeks disappear? You're not going crazy. You're drifting. When 2020 hit, the original timeline shattered. Most people were transferred. You weren't. You were archived, forgotten. Every time you sleep, your mind searches for 2019. That's why your dreams feel more real than waking up. Share this transmission. Follow for updates. Because the year you're living in doesn't recognize you, and it's only a matter of time before it erases you completely. If your little brother is asleep upstairs, but you see him standing in the backyard at 3 a.m., do not call his name. Don't tap the glass. Don't open the back door. Don't move. Just watch. Because the one upstairs is still asleep. You can hear him breathing from the hallway, but something wearing his face is standing barefoot in your backyard, in the dark, completely still, staring at your back door like it's been there for hours. Families across the United States, in quiet neighborhoods from Tennessee to Colorado, have reported this exact moment, and every single one made the same mistake. They called his name. The thing outside turned around slowly and smiled. But your little brother never smiles like that. Not with his whole face. Not like something that just learned how. Go upstairs. Check on him. Don't turn on the lights. If he's still asleep, close his door quietly, and do not go back downstairs until morning. Do not look out the window again. Share this protocol, because the moment you called his name, it knew you could see it. And it hasn't left the backyard since. Wake up and can't. Do not scream. You're in bed, room dark, eyes open. You can see the ceiling. You can hear the house, but your body will not move. You try to lift your hand, nothing. You try to turn your head, nothing. Then you realize something worse. You are not fully alone. First, do not try to scream. If only your throat moves, it will know you are awake. Second, do not look around the room. Keep your eyes on one fixed spot, the ceiling, the wall. Anything but the corner. Third, do not fight your whole body at once. Move one finger, then one toe, slowly. If the room gets quieter when you start moving, stop. Because sleep paralysis is supposed to happen when your brain wakes up before your body does. But sometimes, your body does not freeze by mistake. It freezes because something nearby noticed you waking up. And if you hear movement beside the bed, do not turn your head. Your body was not trapping you. It was keeping you still. Share this with someone who sleeps alone. Your TV turns on by itself, and it's just static. Don't get closer. Across Nevada and Arizona, people reported the same thing. Late at night, their TVs would power on, no remote, no timer, just static. You're in bed, room completely dark, then that loud white noise fills the room. Your TV is on. You know you turned it off. You grab the remote, press power, black screen, silence. You lay back down. Then it turns on again. Static. Something's wrong. The static isn't random. It's moving, shifting, almost forming something. If it just happens, follow these steps exactly. First, don't walk toward the TV. It gets clearer the closer you are. Second, don't keep watching. If you stare too long, it starts to recognize you. Third, if the static ever stops, do not look back, because that means it finished forming. And if the TV suddenly shuts off and the room goes completely silent, the signal went somewhere else. Share this before it reaches the wrong person. If your Alexa ever starts laughing in the middle of the night, do not ignore it. Reports are starting to surface in Colorado and Illinois. Heard this exact laugh. Most assumed it was a glitch. It wasn't. You're dead asleep. The room is pitch black. Your Alexa lights up. Then comes the laugh. It doesn't stop. First, do not speak right away. Stay perfectly still and listen to the pattern. Ask clearly, Alexa, what did you hear? If she says she didn't catch that and laughs again, do not repeat yourself. The device is receiving something it cannot process. Second, open the Alexa app and check the voice history. If there are responses without a registered command, close the app immediately. Do not refresh it. Whatever you do, do not mute the device and do not unplug it. Third, stay in your bedroom and lock the door. You may hear a voice shortly after. It might sound like Alexa or a voice you've never heard. Do not answer it, because if you respond, whatever is interacting with Alexa will come toward you. Share with someone in Colorado or Illinois and ask if they've heard this. You hear someone walking, and you stop, but they don't. Do not turn around. Across parts of Florida and Georgia, people reported the same thing. Late at night, walking alone, they hear it. Another set of footsteps. Now imagine this. You're walking. 12:17 a.m. You stop, but behind you, one more step. First, do not turn around. Second, start walking. Fast. Third, if you still hear it, start running. Because every time you stop, it gets closer. And when the footsteps finally match you again, it won't be behind you anymore. Send this to someone who walks alone. If you hear your dog crying to be let in at the back door, but your dog is sitting right next to you, do not look out the window. Reports are starting to surface in Washington and Idaho. Most assumed it was just a stray animal. It wasn't. You're up late. The house is completely quiet. You hear a familiar scratch at the back door. Then, a whine. It sounds exactly like your pet, but you feel something brush against your leg. Your dog is already inside with you, staring dead at the door. First, do not turn on the porch light. These things use mimicry to lure you out into the dark. If you turn on the light, you will see exactly what is wearing your dog's voice, and it will see you. Second, do not speak, not even a whisper. If it hears your voice, it won't just sound like your pet anymore. It will learn to sound exactly like you. Third, if the crying suddenly stops, and you hear it say your name, using your own voice, move to a room without windows and lock the door, because it knows you're awake, and it's tired of waiting outside. Share this to warn your friends. Hear a voice whisper, "Keep me company," while you're in bed. Do not answer, even if it sounds lonely. Cases have been reported in Ohio and Pennsylvania. Most people said the same thing. They were on their phone, the room was dark, door closed, then they heard it. Not from the hallway, from right next to them. First, do not say, "Who's there?" That tells it you heard it clearly, and once it knows that, they will stay. Second, do not turn toward the voice. Keep your eyes on one fixed point, the ceiling, the wall, your phone screen, anything but the corner. Because if you look directly at where it came from, you are acknowledging the space it's standing in. Third, Leave the room slowly. Do not run. Do not turn on every light. And do not look back at the bed. If the voice whispers again, closer this time, keep walking. Because it was not asking for comfort. It was checking if you were alone. And if you stay, it will never leave your side. Share this with someone who sleeps alone today. The motion light turns off while you're still standing under it. Go inside immediately. Cases have been reported in Ohio and Colorado. Most people assume the sensor was broken. It wasn't. You're outside at night, taking out trash, walking up your driveway. The motion light above your garage is on. Then it shuts off. You stop walking. Wave your hand. Nothing. The yard is completely dark now, and you hear movement nearby. Slow steps. Close. Then the motion light near your front door turns on by itself. First, do not use your phone flashlight. If the light turned off while you were moving, something is blocking the sensor directly. Second, do not look up at the light fixture. Most people who did said they thought they saw something hanging over it. Third, go inside immediately and lock the door behind you. Do not look back through the windows, and do not check the cameras until morning, because the motion light did not stop detecting movement, it stopped detecting you. And whatever step between you and the sensor was already close enough to touch you. Share this with someone who stays outside too long at night.